President of the United States is at the United Nations this morning as we're coming to you live. You're hearing us tape delayed. It was a speech he gave this morning in New York at the United Nations on religious freedom, part of a religious freedom summit. And in attendance in the meeting was our client, Andrew Brunson. The president talked about his release from Turkey. And then the president also mentioned the situation in China, where currently we have Pastor John Saw in jail in China. Again, for practicing his faith. They come up with all these reasons that they assert, but the reality is it's because they're practicing their faith. So the president has both mentioned Brunson by name, and he was there, of course, but also, and I think this is important, the situation in China, which is very, very serious, and it's something that we've been concerned about for a long time.
John Saw is a actually U.S. permanent lawful resident, and he has been in prison for over 2.5 years. Specifically, and the only reason is because of his faith in Jesus. He was living out his faith, building schools, providing for the needy, and he got caught up in China's crackdown on Christianity, and he has been in prison for 2.5 years without being able to see his family. It's a terrible situation in China right now. It's unprecedented that the United States and President Trump would be holding his own event during the UN General Assembly and specifically focusing on religious liberty. It's unheard of. We do the Universal Periodic Reviews highlighting all the countries as they come up and their religious liberty violations. We do that 3 times a year, and it's almost like you're just never getting anywhere. So the fact that President Trump is holding an entire event at the United Nations in New York, focusing on this issue is amazing.
Jordan, you reference this in your book.
That's right.
The Next Red Wave. There's a chapter actually said, Your Voice, Global Impact, and that chapter focuses on religious liberty.
Yeah, religious liberty internationally, specifically what the president is doing right now. The president, by hosting this event, which is officially titled At the United Nations, the Global Call to Protect Religious Freedom. I want people to know we've got ACLJ team members at the event there. Brunson's were our client as well. But in the book, we talk about the difference that it's been like for these cases under President Trump than it was under President Obama. Because what we want to do is, by encouraging people to really get excited about the upcoming election, is remind them about what it was like before. So we compare it to like the Iranian pastor in prison, Saeed Abedini, and what we had
begging to get them there. Yeah.
Versus the Trump administration sanctioning Turkey to get Pastor Brunson home. And also cases like you've got Miriam Ibrahim and others that, again, took so much extra work from the previous administration to this administration that gets things done.